Are we live? Hey guys, this is Bobby Clue with the Somerset-Pulaski County Chamber of Commerce. Back at it again for another virtual ribbon cutting, out and about on an absolutely beautiful day today up here in Science Hill, Kentucky. I'm at Ridgenet Network Group, and I'm here with COO, Mr. Alex Wilson. So we've known Alex for a long time, Chamber Ambassador, been involved in the Chamber a long time. Very successful family business right here with Ridgenet. Alex, thanks for taking the time to do this today.
Yeah, well, thanks for being here. We're really happy you guys are with us today, and it's a beautiful day too for it.
Well, you know, and the reason that we do this again is if anybody can't join us today for our in-person ribbon cutting, gives them a great chance to just learn a little bit more about what Ridgenet does. So, you know, we've talked a lot about the evolution of this business. You guys have won Business of the Year awards with us. Tell us a little bit about maybe where Ridgenet started and where you're at today. It's a great story.
Yeah, so, you know, we started about 11-ish years ago, and my brother and I come together. We had a dream, and for the little while, you know, it was just kind of a side hustle for us. We started providing internet services to some local homes and businesses here in Science Hill, and that quickly grew. You know, we got into 7 counties doing wireless internet. We have our own towers that we built and maintain. And over the years, we just kind of started growing our different services that we provide. We got into becoming a full-service IT firm. So now today we still service dozens of clients over multiple states with full IT services. But it wasn't until we really started getting into what we're doing here primarily that the business really started to grow. So after we got into IT, we started doing communications for public safety agencies, and then we were putting so many radios and things in vehicles, we decided, hey, why not go ahead and build the rest of them? So that's kind of what we're primarily doing here now. As you can see, we've got dozens and dozens of cars here and a lot more off-site. So we do everything on these vehicles for emergency service agencies. We put all the equipment in them. We put the graphics on them. We do all that in-house here. But we actually recently just bought one of our largest competitors out of Owensboro, On Duty Depot. And they had a location there in Nashville and Knoxville. So now, today, we have 4 locations.
Wow.
We have over 30 employees, and we expect that number to grow pretty quickly.
Yeah, I mean, you know, you guys have really, you know, jumped in here. You bought a graphic design company.
Yep.
You know, you guys are really, and correct me if I'm wrong, you just want to be a one-stop shop for all these services for public safety.
That's correct.
Could we go look? I saw in the bay here you had a vehicle. So, you know, what we're talking about is, you know, you bring in a vehicle that a department has purchased.
That's correct.
And you bring that in, and they need all this stuff. So it doesn't come in here with the guards and the lights and the radios and all the bells and whistles that police vehicles need. You do every bit of that in-house here.
We do. So the vehicles come to us just like it would be if you went and bought it off the lot. There's nothing in them. The only difference between this vehicle and what you would buy is that they've got a couple different modifications, the spotlight being one. These do come from factory, but they don't have any consoles in the middle between the seats. So we actually install those and everything else. So the lights, the antennas, the bumpers, the cages inside, and we can kind of open this one up, and I'll actually turn it on for you too. Let's see. So you can see, like in here, we've got a computer stand. There's actually a built-in printer here for citations, radio, gun locks, all that stuff. They've got the cages in the back. So this one was a really, really neat vehicle. It's actually being picked up today going to Bracken County Sheriff's Office up in northern Kentucky.
You know, I tell you, this is really impressive. Alex, just to see, you know, all this retrofit. You know, one of my questions to you would be, how do all these counties find out about your services? Do you reach out to them and say, hey, here we are? Is there other competition that's doing this? Are you kind of the only person in this area? I mean, how do they find out about you guys?
Yeah, so that's a great question. You know, at first we did a lot of cold calling and going out and meeting with agencies. Now we attend trade shows in multiple different states. And so that's a big way. And honestly, the best way for us is word of mouth.
Right.
We continue to do these jobs with departments. They're going out, they're telling their friends, hey, this is where our car got done at, check it out. And our lead times are second to none on getting these in and out. We've got inventory, which is hard to find these days. And we've got a really great team at all of our locations, so that's been really, really key for us. But we built a lot of relationships with dealerships too. Don Franklin Auto has been a great help to us.
Sure.
They're the biggest player in providing these vehicles to agencies.
I bet.
And so getting teamed up with them was really good for us, and we just kind of they focus all over the country, so they're selling these things everywhere.
Well, this is a great play for, there's always, this is job security. I mean, every department is probably buying and selling vehicles on a yearly basis.
That's correct.
So, these guys, you do a great job. A few years from now, they're going to come back. Or next time they need 2 or 3 more vehicles, they're going to come back. I mean, I see that this could be, very, very successful in this model. It's a smart transition or addition to your business model.
Yeah, it was unique, something that we could kind of do that nobody else is really doing in this area. And there is competition in the state, and that makes it really healthy. But through our short amount of time, we've managed to kind of rise above it and really take a good stab at this industry.
I love having you guys here in Pulaski County. I mean, I think it's a very unique business, and it's something that's very much needed. I think sometimes we take for granted, where does public safety? I mean, ambulances, fire trucks. I guess the sky's the limit for you guys, really.
It is. And with our recent acquisition of On Duty, we actually can provide everything now, from uniforms to badges to equipment.
Really?
All that stuff.
So you're kind of like a Gauls, so like a small Gauls, huh? Okay.
Pretty much. So
wow.
We've really expanded our horizon and truly are a one-stop shop now.
Well, and that's kind of what you want to be. You want to make sure that they're not spending, and the truth, you don't want to spend their dollars anywhere else. If you can provide those services and if you can get those things for them, let's get them all right here.
Right.
Let's get it all here so you don't have to go anywhere else.
Oh, yeah, and being able to do that where we grew up is just, I can't describe how awesome that is. My brother and I grew up actually just a couple houses down the street here. And we used to play, and this was a field here. We were here all the time. So to be able to start, grow, and maintain a business where we grew up, that's just awesome.
You and your brother have done a tremendous job. Every time I come up here, I feel like your business, your building gets bigger. And it wasn't anything here, and then you built, and then you've added on, and I'm sure at some point you'll add on again.
There may or may not be plans in the future for an additional building. So
but what a great problem to have. It's great that you had that. You've got a great team. I know that you've brought in, Troy McClin from the police department after he retired, and I don't know every one of your guys, but you've got a great team here. And that's how, that starts with them, obviously.
Yeah, we couldn't do what we've done without all of our team members. We really are truly blessed. I know everybody seems to say that, but we have a really great team here.
Anytime I talk to, you're in a field where it must be continuing education all the time. So anytime I talk to Dwight over at, his company, or David over at his security company, I feel like all they do is learn about new technology because it changes so rapidly.
Oh, yeah.
I'm assuming that this is very much the same way. What you installed in a car 2 years ago probably is completely obsolete now.
Yeah, it can be. There's some things that can kind of flow over, but
the lights, I'm sure they probably stay the same. Once they made the transition to LEDs, but just some of the stuff, it must change a lot.
Yeah, the biggest hassle is really just when the manufacturers of the vehicles decide to change the models.
Right.
They start changing up measurements inside, things like that. That's where we see the most change at. But the technology and all that, after about a year or 2 years, you start to see slight modifications. About every 3 to 4 years, 5 years, you'll see a major modification.
Right.
But yeah, these cars, back in the day, it's not like it used to be where you just run a couple wires and hit an on switch. It's there's a lot of technology that go into these vehicles, a lot of computer skills that are needed to program these vehicles. So it's just really neat to see kind of how it's evolved, even in the past, since we started it about 4 years ago,
right.
How much things have changed.
Well, let me ask you, let's say hypothetically, somebody out there today is interested in your services. Do you would you rig lights on a civilian vehicle, or do you just stick with stuff like this?
Yeah, so we do private vehicles all the time. We've got volunteer firefighters, we've got private companies, things like that that'll bring their vehicles here. So we actually do a lot of utility vehicles for like electric companies or escort companies, things like that. Construction vehicles, maintenance vehicles. We do a lot of amber white work as well. So. Sure.
So if any of those people are watching today, let me ask you something. How could they get a hold of you here at Ridgenet? How do they get a hold of your company? Do you have a website, phone numbers, emails, Facebook, social media? How do they get a hold of you?
We've got it all. One of my preferred methods is just stop right on by and see us. If you're in the area, come by and see us. We're here 8 to 5, Monday to Friday, sometimes a little bit later, a little bit earlier.
So we're close. What's the address? We're close to we're right behind essentially the Hardee's here in Science Hills where we're at. It's right down from the Dairy Freeze or the Dairy Barn.
Dairy Mart.
Dairy Mart, we're right down. I mean, you can see it.
Yeah.
So, what's that address?
So we're at 6833 Kentucky Highway 1247, and if you come off of, if you turn by Hardee's and come to the intersection, we'll be on your right on the left side of 1247. So you can come by and see us anytime, or you can reach us, you can call us on our phone at 606-280-9815, or you can go to our website. It's www.ridgenet.us or www.ondutydepot.us. And there you can kind of see a lot of our work, a lot of the things that we offer. You can get in contact with us there. But yeah, we provide stuff for just about everybody, even graphics work. If somebody needs a sign, a banner, this or that, we're the place to go. You can come up and see us, and we'll get it made up pretty quick.
We need to get some of these lights for Bill Marshall's car. He might be able to get a few more chamber memberships if he had some of these some of these lights on his car.
He could start getting in the parade too.
Well, and that's another fun thing. You guys are always in the parade, and it's a great way to show off the vehicles because they look so good in the evening, in the parade. Alex, again, I want to thank you for taking the time to be here with us today. It means a lot. Thank you for being a chamber member. Really appreciate that and everything that you guys do here for our community. You are a true local business success story, and I want to say thank you to you and your brother and your entire family. Thank you all very much.
Well, thank you all too, and we really do appreciate the kind words, appreciate all the hard work that you all do for us, because over the years, like Bill and I were talking about earlier, he met with me when we were really just kind of still in the dream phase.
Sure.
And having you all as an asset to be able to get out at monthly luncheons and meet people and network and all, even just these ribbon cuttings, it means a lot to us, and it really does help our business tremendously. So we really do appreciate you all.
Thank you very much. Guys, what we're going to do now, we're going to go out here and we're going to do a live in-person ribbon cutting to celebrate with Ridgenet. So stay tuned. Next week, another virtual ribbon cutting. Until then, have a wonderful day. Thank you all very much.